It's all right.
Okay.
Yeah. So the concept of forgiveness, each good deed is multiplied by 10. One bad deed classes as 1. So things are designed in a way that reflects God, Allah's mercy, and I think like even the word Allah, like we prefer to use Allah because you can't put a gender on it, so you can't say male or female because Allah is free from such comparisons. Like linguistically, it's impossible to make Allah into a plural, so it's not multiple. So Allah is singular, and I think that's really the essence of Islam I want to share with you. I sincerely appreciate your time. If you've got any questions or anything you want to ask me, then that's fine. And I think just before I wrap up, if that's okay, are you in a rush? Yeah. Is this whole thing that there's many things and I decide what's right and it's based on my feelings. Feelings are just very subjective, and we've had that conversation. I think God has given us intelligence and intellect and logic and reason to actually use it to decide what is correct. Or otherwise, it's like you're agreeing with majority of the major religions that there's good in all of them, like they all seem reasonable. But then one of them must be right, because at many points they're contradicting one another. So you have to be careful in regards to what decision you make. I have to be careful in regards to what decision I make. And you want to say something?
Oh no, I don't know. I believe everyone who believes in their religion is like, obviously they're gonna think it's right, and I think that, I mean, all of them do contradict each other. Like obviously there's no reincarnation in some of them there is.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because you can't say that instead of saying one of them is right and all of them are wrong, all of them could be wrong and all of them could be right. So I just like saying all of them are right because they're all right to the person who believes in them. And so I don't know, because I feel like if you start saying one religion has to be right and calling all the other ones wrong, you're just like, I don't know.
Being rude.
Yeah, well, not being rude. Like obviously you believe in what you believe in, but like it's, I don't know if it's like because religion is about belief, but I like the fact that there's diversity in what people believe in. And so if you try and bring everyone, obviously you want people to believe in what you believe in, but if you try to make everyone believe in the same thing you believe in, there'll never be like these conversations where you talk about your religious like.
What do you want from religion?
Well,
what's the purpose of religion?
For me or for like society as a whole?
For everyone. For you as well as society, both.
So for the individual person, I believe.
Now, in one answer, please. So, as the society that includes you, you're part of the society. Includes me, you, and everyone.
I just think religion is like whatever helps you be like true to yourself. Like I don't know, like that's just what I think it is. Like for me, like religion is just like it helps me be a better person. And
there you go. So it helps you to be a better person.
And now, I don't think the same religion or like the same thing will help everyone be a better person. Like,
how about this? If I said religion is there to make the world a better place, to make people a better place, and to give us the criterion to enter paradise. Yeah? I could go into more specifics, but I don't want to dilute the conversation in regards to it's come to protect the self and the wealth and the this and that. Like, leave that to one side, right? Those 3 points, how do you feel about it? And I'm thinking like, if religion isn't doing that, it's not just, oh, I believe, I'll go about my business, you believe, you go about your business. It needs to impact you, it needs to benefit you, it needs to make a impact in society in a positive way. For example, like Islam, we've got 5 pillars, right? The 3rd pillar in Islam, eradicated poverty. Yeah, there's no economic system in the world that's ever done that. Islam done it through giving zakat. 2.5% of your annual wealth, there's a tax for the rich to give to the poor. Like, I think if we implemented Islam, like rape would be eradicated. Do you know what I mean? If you go to like countries that are doing their best to do a bit of Islam, like Dubai and Saudi Arabia, like you see, subhanAllah, like you could just leave your laptop.
So I have a question.
You go for it.
This is just a general question.
Yeah, go for it.
Does Islam believe in abortion?
No. However, in some circumstances, it's permissible in regards to, saying what's the purpose of religion? It's to preserve life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if it's going to harm the mother, then you're allowed to have abortion. And again, and I think it's like 90 days. I can't remember off the top of my head. So there's a point in before that, or otherwise it should really be avoided. Why do you ask?
Oh, I don't know. I was just asking because wait, what were you? I do remember what you were talking about. You were talking about how like no rape and no stuff like that. And so I was just because that's just a point that usually leads on from rape. But I do understand that a lot of religions also don't allow abortion, and a lot of other religions also don't allow like same-sex relationships and stuff like that. So it wasn't like a diss. It was just.
It's not a diss. It's fine. It's a valid question. Does it make sense?
I was just
And then they like in Islam we have a concept of like God, Allah knows what's best for humanity. Does it make sense? So if God has said that a man and a woman can't have relationships outside of marriage, then it's forbidden. If Allah says a man and a man can't have a relationship, homosexual relationship, and it's forbidden, does it make sense? So the commandments from God are there for us to follow. And God knows the creation as being the creator. God has the best concept, understanding of what's good for humanity and mankind. And then that's the level of humility. And that's what Islam means, that Muslim means someone who submits the will to God. So I could be doing whatever I want to be doing, but instead, no, I'm going to submit my will to God. Like, what does God want from me? How do you feel about that?
Well, I don't know. I guess the problem I have with just like all religion and why I don't feel I don't know. I feel like religion
be honest,
is very
it's fine.
I feel like religion's just a very like it's such like a wide topic and such like it could go anywhere. Like the conversation could go anywhere.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know. I feel like religion is what religion you believe in and how you believe in it is very subjective to the person. Because I feel like imagine I was like queer. I don't feel like I would be religious because I wouldn't want to suppress my sexuality, or like if something like that. I feel like it's like quite like I don't know. I feel like religion is just sometimes so hard to talk about. Because
Christianity teaches that homosexuality is an abomination.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And so I was just like,
and Judaism, and the fact of the matter is, look.
So like if I wanted to get married to a woman or something like that, I feel like I wouldn't be part of any religion because I wouldn't want to like have this bearing on me that like,
the fact of the matter is, you can be a Muslim and be gay and be lesbian. It doesn't expiate you from the religion. It's just when you reject the fundamentals, when you see it as a sin. But when you stop seeing homosexuality as sin and you want to follow your desires, then you're going against the Quran, you're going against the commandments. So does it make sense?
So it's okay if you're queer, but you can't act on it.
That's for God to decide. It's not okay because at the end of the day, God doesn't what's it called? God doesn't police feelings, what's in your heart. Yeah. So right now, I could have there could be someone who's married, yeah, and that individual could have a lustful feeling towards another woman, yeah. And while that's happening, as long as he doesn't act upon it, yeah, and he tries his best to kind of suppress those feelings, he's not sinful. Yeah, it's like I could think about I want to kill someone. I'm not necessarily sinful for having that thought. As soon as I act upon it, does that make sense? Then it becomes something that I'm liable for. So someone could be queer, and as long as they don't act upon it and they avoid it, then they're not sinful. Now they could be queer, Muslim, and act upon it on a daily basis as their weakness, knowing it's wrong, they're still Muslim. They could be completely heterosexual, yeah, never acted upon it, and reject religion, so saying, why is it wrong? It shouldn't be wrong, and it's not wrong. Then they're going against, then they're out of the fold of Islam. You know what I mean? Because you're rejecting categorical things, which is the fundamental teachings of Islam, which is the Quran, where it talks about it being forbidden, the Sunnah, which talks about it being forbidden. How do you feel about what I said?
I feel like Islam is like it's quite progressive, like not progressive, but like it's quite like, it's a good, I don't know, I feel like it's more, what is it, like catered to queer people than a lot of other religions are, in terms of what you just said, right? Okay. But I don't know, I don't know, like I don't know how I'm supposed to, like I think it's good, but I don't think it's the best. But
okay, what would be best?
Well, best is being, best I think for,
let everyone do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, no, best for queer people I think is being atheist, 100%, because, well, just because for me, I wouldn't want to feel like confined within my own beliefs, like of what.
Right now, can a married person have intercourse with multiple people?
No.
No. In Christianity they can't, Judaism they can't, in Islam they can't. Yeah. So why don't we start having lobby groups and saying, yeah, my right to be married and fornicate, you know what I mean? The fact of the matter is, there's a level of us controlling our desires. Does that make sense? Like heterosexual people, they may want to have multiple sexual partners. It's natural to want to procreate and fornicate and have intercourse. Yeah? But Islam is saying, no, you're limited, because Allah knows what's best for the society. You're limited to only doing it inside of the state of marriage, in a committed relationship in marriage, because then you're not having broken homes, you're not having children brought up without two parents and so on and so forth. And we know, statistically speaking, children in broken homes are going to prison, they're not doing very well academically, they're suffering from more mental health. You know what I mean? So I think...
Can you get divorced?
Yeah.
You can.
I feel like Islam is not about the Abraham religions. I feel like it's different. So like Christianity, I think it's either Deuteronomy or what's the other one? Leviticus. One of them says divorces are allowed, and one of them kind of allows it.
Was divorce?
Yeah. So there's like that, but with Islam, I think divorce is like whatever reasons without, like there's like different reasons. It's just like
Is that, I don't know. I don't know. I was just asking because I know like divorce wasn't a big thing. Like I know like what was it, like Henry VIII.
But he made up his own religion afterwards, because Henry VIII,
he couldn't get divorced.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I just
want to conclude with, look, you believe there's an all-powerful being, all-powerful creator, right? There is a God, no doubt.
Oh yeah, I believe that. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, would God not create us for a reason and tell us what that reason is? So now, is the whole purpose for us to kind of do whatever we think is right, but not actually guide us, not give us an instruction manual? Does it make sense? It's like, I don't know if you have children, when you have children, whatever, like, would you just let your children do whatever they want to do? Not give them any guidance? Not share that, like, knowledge with them?
What, oh yeah, no, like as in there is guidance. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm saying like, look, you're saying all of these religions could potentially be right. Yeah. And then on the flip side, you said they could all be wrong. But
I think but I like to think of them as all right. All of them are right.
Even if they're contradicting, even if like they're not unite, because there's many elements that unite on like oneness of God, but sometimes in like the implementation. But anyways, thank you so much for your time. Is there anything you want to say before we go? Because I feel like this is like a one-way conversation, and being a Muslim, like can I share with you the Quran?
I don't mind.
Yeah, would you read it?
Probably not.
Yeah, I can give it to you if you can read it sooner or later, but I don't like to just give it away because if it's valuable to me.
It's okay. No, it's okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You sure? You can read you can take it and read it one day, because then you've got your friend here and then you can quiz her and talk to her about it.
Yeah, like
And it's in
like you have Quran.
I don't. Well, if
It's free of charge. It's free of charge.
No, but if it's, I feel like you could give it to somebody more.
Don't worry about that. As long as you've got the intention to read it sooner or later, I'll give it to you. One day, one page,
it's
one
okay.
line.
It's okay. Well, no, it's okay.
Why?
Well, I don't know because I feel like it's going against my religion.
You know, the Bible actually talks about the Prophet Muhammad by name. It says Muhammadan. It talks about Jesus Christ saying, I must leave you now, or otherwise, and then send the Comforter. Yeah, or the Comforter won't come. Yeah. So I'm saying that the Comforter is referring to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So I was speaking to someone who was a Christian, and he didn't say, I left Christianity. He said Islam is a continuation. So you have the Old Testament, the New Testament, and the Quran, the final testament from God. It's like a suit, that doesn't fit you. You don't throw away, just get it tailored. And I think that's what Islam is to what modern day Christianity is. So I don't personally think that it would be going against your faith, but again, it's a you choice. And for someone who's so open-minded, I thought you would relish the opportunity to read the Quran.
Well, I wouldn't mind, but I don't know. I just feel like I wouldn't read it. If I was ever to, believe in Islam, I feel like something would have to happen, or like I would have to it would have to just happen on its own, Like I would just have to one day just like resonate with it to change. Like I don't feel like it's something I can I don't know, I don't know. It's just something that has to kind of...
Are you not curious to read a book that's been impacted so many people? Because I know what you're saying, like, it's not like you're going to, I don't know, it's not like you're going to read it and become Muslim. One can hope, but at least then you can see what we believe. And it will do a better job than I have done of articulating the view of Islam.
No, I feel like you've done a great job. But
thank you, very kind.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think I'll read it. Also, I'm not a reader.
No problem, that's fine.
I haven't even read the Bible yet, but I'll be on it.
No, that's fine. I sincerely appreciate your time. Do you have any questions before I let you go? Anything random?
No, I think that's it. Oh yeah. Well, actually, I do have a question. What are the different levels of? Actually, no. Do I have a question? Oh, why do women have to cover up but men don't?
Isn't it? Men do have to cover. We both got our just bits aside, bits of ourselves that we have to cover. But it's just that the actual about what needs to be covered is different from men. So men still have the ideal of honesty in them. So women, I think it's just I wouldn't cover us. And then men, is it needs a men button? Yeah, that's to be covered.
And I might be remembering this. Do men have to not cut their hair or something? Okay. Sorry, I was just wrong.
And
Yeah, is that safe?
No.
I found that so like it's like, oh, you're not allowed to touch anything that like God has made, so you're like not.
That's Sikh.
Yeah.
That's Sikh. So with us, like, we'll shave like body hair and around the armpits and so on and so forth. All the body hair, excluding the facial hair. We just see that as something like all the prophets done, and it's just a sign of a man as well. But I think going back to build on the point the sister made, it's like, you know, the UK law. If a man was to walk up and down here wearing nothing but shoes, what would happen to him? Nothing. If a woman was to walk up and down here wearing nothing but shoes, what would happen to her?
Is it? She probably get arrested, right?
She'll get arrested for public indecency.
Yeah.
So the law that we live in, the law of the land says that, look, women have to cover more than men.
Yeah.
Yeah? Islam just legislate how much more.
Just.
How much more.
Okay.
And I'm saying that rather than following man-made law, I'd rather follow the law of God, Allah, who created everything, who's legislate how much more we should cover. And I think it's interesting that I've forgotten the point I was going to make now, but yeah.
Oh no, it's okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. And yeah, because I think basically there's five. I can't remember. My brain, like, it's hot. This,
been-
that.
it's been a
Like, I'm
long
suffering from hay fever. My brain hasn't been working for the last couple of
Oh,
weeks.
it's
Yeah.
okay.
But I think there's 6 criteria for the dress code for men and women.
Okay.
Yeah. 5 of them are exactly the same for men and women, excluding 1. So like the sister said, for men it's covering from the navel to the knee. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Do you have any other questions?
No, I think.
I was curious about the ranking and the levels. Like, what is she talking about?
Actually, I was thinking, because I was thinking about there's different stages on how much women cover.
No, it's a personal
Right,
journey.
so niqab,
Oh, like niqab.
and then there's the hijab, and then some Muslim just wear.
And I think when it comes to that, like hijab, that's like really far down the line. I think what ends up happening is Islam is based on 5 pillars, which your RE teacher should have taught you. First one. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, yeah, go for it.